Sawadee krap, and welcome to another Tower of Babble, where you get to share your comments with some of the stories on our YouTube channel. Let's get stuck into it, and we start firstly with a story we did yesterday, which was about a new cocktail of drugs which has appeared on Bangkok streets. Very dangerous indeed. Paramedics in Paradise said, "As a frontline paramedic, I find this very interesting. Sad, but always like to learn about new street drugs. Thinking of that mixture would cause some different patient presentations." Big Dan said, "Ketamine plus meth plus heroin. WTF, no wonder these kids end up dead." Alpha P Alpha said, "But yet Thais tell me all the time they don't do drugs, only us Farang do drugs." Well, as we know, that's not true. In fact, Thailand has quite a high illicit drug use, not to mention the use of alcohol and the problems with domestic violence. Robert Madalena says, "Why does the land of smiles need drugs to be happy? This pandemic does not help things." And Del Boy said, "Maybe they should just stick to K on its own and ditch the heroin and meth." Well, we certainly wouldn't condone any use of any illicit drugs. Of course, his reference to K there was about the drug ketamine. On to our next topic, and this relates to an interview I did with Bill Barnett last weekend. As we know, Phuket's been triple hit now. It's introduced some new restrictions in relation to the latest COVID situation here in Thailand, which is having some even more profound effects on the island community. Philip Thioret says, "Don't let China into your country. They'll own you in 10 years, and the Thai people will be second-class people in their own country." I'm not quite sure where Philip got all that from. We only mentioned the Chinese tourism for about 5 seconds in the interview, but he's obviously got a situation with the Chinese, perhaps the Chinese government. Daniel Travel said, "Open up international travel, or those places die forever." Joe Dirt said Phuket and other tourism spots will be bought up very cheaply by Thai government elites and then sold on to China at a profit. Well, Joe could be right generally, saying that a lot of profiteers will come in and buy some of the businesses that have gone out of business in Phuket and then perhaps resell them in the future. That, of course, has happened throughout history. Barry Stanchuk said, "Old Billy Boy has it all figured and makes it sound so simple. Get a vaccine from China, the country that is to blame for this, then let them bring the CCP's Belt and Road Initiative to take over Phuket. What a fool. Might as well say goodbye to all your hotels and investment in Thailand." We think the CCP is in reference to the Chinese Communist Party. Panos Gamithis says Thailand should become economically detached from China. It should make an effort to eradicate corruption internally and invest its own future in Phuket and Thailand's tourist infrastructure. Thailand must stand on its own 2 feet without using Chinese funds as a crutch. A lot of people with China on their mind. Al Delta 1 says, "That cafe looks nice. What's it called? Where is it?" We recorded that at the Napoleon Bakery in Cheung Talay, Phuket. Thanks for asking. And Bruce W said, "If you don't get vaccinated, then airlines will not allow you to board." Well, that situation is speculation. We've been writing stories about that in the past. At this stage, we'll probably have to wait a few more months to see how that situation works itself out. And now some responses from yesterday's Thailand News Today, which was hosted by Jet. What did you have to say? Wiccan FPV said, "I only have a visa. Can I just board a flight and stay quarantined 12 days, or do I have to get a COVID test at the airport before leaving the States at the local doctor? What is exactly required as of today?" Well, officially it's a 14-day quarantine, which actually works out ending up around a 16-day quarantine for many of the people that have been through the process. We would recommend highly that you don't book anything until you've spoken to your local Thai embassy. Ray Korashia says, "Thanks for delivering our daily update, Jet. Much appreciated. Pronunciation is on point." Well, there's a problem with my pronunciation? Dave Brady says, "Best to enjoy Asian culture at home and wait another 9 months before travelling." 9 months? Exactly 9 months? And yes, I do enjoy my local Chinese restaurant. Kipak says, "So many doctors, scientists and people who know everything in the comments from getting information from the internet. It's laughable." Yes, there are a lot of experts, but that's what gives the Tower of Babble its content. And Creatures Hate God says, I'm not even going to finish watching this fear porn BS19 fnucked up so-called news. Well, thanks for watching and commenting, and we look forward to your next comment. That's all we have for our Tower of Babble today. This is your responses to our videos, and anything that you do write in those comment section could be used in this particular segment. Thank you for adding to our content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.